You're now watching Rips.
We'll call it 90,000 on the day, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. That's exactly what we were looking for. There's that 35 tag as promised.
You're likely going to be a lot better than you were last year, as long as you take it seriously.
And Rips shows the Jack 8.
Cash is flowing to Rips.
Look at that, just getting absolute.
And it's Rips winning one of the biggest pots of the session.
Wow. $250,000 on the week, baby. Let's go. There's nothing that makes me happier than when I see you folks win. Can it hold this push lower below 80s? This would be a big break if we can hold this push. $6,000 on the day in our Lucid Pro account. This is your entry. This is your ad. This is your takeout. Boom. Right there. Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. If you're here with me in the YouTube, Discord, Kick, or X chat, go ahead, say what's up. Let's see who's with us on this beautiful morning. We have Paul Yoon, Harold, Travis, Luke, Ripsmod, Tattooed Grove, KDX, Top Firm, Zach, Cranberry, Ray, Ferrari Phil, Julius, Rule 1 Investor, Cyrus Dusk. Good morning to you, Jay Prowse, Mike Berry, Chopsticks, Hockey Shane, Jay Lucia, Ma Brian, Uncle Tatty, Zona Matt. Good morning to you, J Star Dexter, Noriega, Jay Prowse, Alope, Danfer, Mason, JWR, Lucky, Juju San, Dragon Knee, Peasantry, George Marco. Good morning to you, Tattoo NQ, 6 months in the building. Let's go. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's get it. Matthias, Woogs, DC Trade, Sovereign Pulse, QQ, Glow Stick, Alejandro, always ready, Lugmax users, C Money, JT Cook, Sparky Trader, FC Mike, AK, good morning. What's cracking, baby? How we all doing? Let me ask you guys a question. See how in tune with the markets you are. Anybody know what caused this? Anybody know? Who's paying attention here? Who's paying attention? Who knows? What was it? No cheating. Wow, Ethan. Way to go, buddy. Ethan, let's go. Nailed it. That was Walmart earnings. And what do you do when you have earnings out of balance? What do you do when you have earnings out of balance? When it sends the market unrationally out of balance, what do you do? What is the best thing you can do when you find a market out of balance irrationally? Irrationally, what do you do? What do you find? Mike got it first. Buy the dip. That is correct, and that's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we did in our Take Profit Trader accounts. I waited for the reversal, waited for this to firm up down here, added into it, and got a little sniper at the top. $2,185 per account. That's $2,185 times 5. That's $10,925. Also traded our Alpha funded accounts right there. Same exact setup. $1,352 in Alpha. The only ones I did not trade today, this morning so far, are our wealth charts. But look at that. Wealth charts yesterday. How many of us were here for the Globex stream? How many of us were here for the Globex stream? If you saw it, you saw it. We made $9,173 across all 20 of our wealth charts Apex PAs. This is now day 4. Day 4 in our wealth charts PAs. Whoo-wee. There we go, baby. So I'm feeling good about today. I'm feeling good. We have a cavalcade of news coming out today. A cavalcade of news. It's going to be an extreme amount of news today coming out. We have Fed speakers. We have jobless claims. We have a 30-year tips auction. Where's Big Hal? Are you in here, Big Hal? I know you love those 30-year tips auctions. What else do we have on the docket here? Wait, am I wrong about the 30-year tips? No, it is there. 30-year tips. Big Hal, you know about the 30-year tips auction. I know that you know about that. That's the good stuff right there, baby. We got DOE numbers coming out today. It is Thursday all day long today. You know it's going to be a wild day today. If we're looking at the profile, that's not what I want. We don't want to see that again. If we're looking at the profile, you can see very clearly that we had a nice tight Asian session, and then we fell out of balance here to the upside. We found this sweeping lows to look to maybe find us back into balance. If we're looking at the 5-minute chart here, we can see it quite clearly that we are just ranging above the tippy top area where we have our level marked out here. 862 quarters. So I do like the market to maybe find its way back into this weaker profile here. This is the weaker area of the profile. This is the stronger area of the profile. Just from a moment's glance, and this is why a volume profile is so important, would you say that it's likely that we're going to find some buyers in the weaker profile or sellers in the weaker profile? Just based on what we're seeing here. If we were to trade into this profile down here, it is likely, based on this rejection and this rejection, we would likely find buyers trying to hold this trend. Not a lot of interest down here, more interest here. So, based on the volume profile, will we see that? Look at that, triple fives, 555, lucky number. Appreciate you all tuning in so early. It is pretty likely that we'd find buyers down there. So I'm not hankering to put on any trades, especially with all the news coming out this early, but I will be interested to see what the news and Fed speakers do to this market. The first Fed speaker is up in about 9 minutes. 9 minutes we will be hearing from Mr. Raphael Bostic. He's not a voter this year, but they can actually move the market around. It's Alex 4660 says, Rips, I passed my first prop from yesterday. Congratulations. Give it up for Alex. TBT, okay to trade this news. Let's have a little gander on their website here. That's how we can know. Let me log in here. Do my 2FA, of course. Let's see here. Go to the calendar. No, we are good. You are clear on trading all the news events today, all of the speakers today. Everything is green. You, of course, can see this on your own right there. You are free. There is no red folder news that is going to prevent you from trading. So you are good. Good to go, baby. Good to go. So don't worry about it. First payout with Apex yesterday for Hernitos. Congratulations to you, Hernitos. Quick question for you, Hernitos. How many followers do you have on social media? How many followers do you have on social media, Hernitos? Collectively, what would you say? Be honest with us. Not really active, so around 0. Huh. Isn't that something? So you mean to tell me that Apex is out here paying people that follow the rules, that don't have a social media presence? You're kidding me. No way. I don't know, man. I've been reading a lot on social media and everybody's been telling me otherwise. I don't know, man. I don't know. Everybody on the internet's telling me otherwise, that you have to have a social media presence in order to get paid. Oh, it's a plant. That's what it is. Ah, I knew it. Those industry plants. Human says Apex will pay you, then ban you for being profitable. I disagree with that. Disagree with that sentiment. Yolanda says Apex does pay. I'm due for a payout in Apex. They pay, just follow the rules. They don't want the gamblers. I think we're going to see a lot more of that across a lot of these prop firms. A lot of these prop firms are going to be updating the way that they're handling this, which is a shame because people were more interested in playing the prop firm game versus trading, unfortunately. Message here from Zona Matt. Hey, Rips, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you. You were my first real teacher in this space, and that foundation means more than you probably realize. Wow, that's very kind. What I'm especially grateful for is that through you, I got to meet your friend and say this with full conviction. SW is an exceptional mentor, isn't he? His standards, clarity, and no compromise approach completely elevated my trading. In just 3 months, he transformed a group of non-payout traders into consistently profitable ones, and I'm living proof of that. What I'm most proud of isn't the payouts, it's the consistency and discipline he instilled in us. That shift changed everything for me. This payout is a small milestone. It's the second payout from the same account, my third this year. For someone who didn't even know what trading was last August, that means a lot. I'm genuinely grateful to be part of MC. You truly become who you surround yourself with. Thank you, SW, bruv. Thank you, Rips. Thank you, Team MC. Let's go. Get it up for Zona Matt. Very, very kind message here. Well done, brother. Is that Lucid that you're trading on there? Lucid. That looks like Lucid's trading calendar. 50K Lucid Flex. Very nice. If you're a streamer, they won't ban you for being profitable, but to think they're going to let some random guy take 40K per month indefinitely, no. Again, fully disagree with you, especially given that the bans that are going around are not exactly bans. They're just banning you from buying any more evaluation accounts, which means that you can continue to take payouts from your PA accounts as long as you follow the rules. A lot of FUD going around, unfortunately, and it's really sad to see the space devolving into that and just see more people focused on pushing these terribly negative agendas, these terribly negative attitudes. It just makes the space so completely negative, unfortunately. I wish the people who were pushing those messages, especially those in our chat right now, would think about what they're saying and only speak from personal experience. If you have been personally banned and had a bad experience, I would love for you to share it with proof, and I bet you could find 100 different reasons as to why it happened to you. And I can understand why it would be hard for you to read that news, especially if you're struggling as a trader. Remember, trading is a 95% failure rate for most people. To think that you can just pick up an account and just go crazy and start making millions upon millions of dollars is a fool's errand, of course, a fool's errand. The messages I see is live accounts being blown via gambling, then you're not allowed to buy new evals. That is correct. That is what we're seeing. And in fact, Apex actually sent out a message yesterday showing these violations that these people who are being banned, violating the rules hundreds of times during their payout cycle and still getting paid out, which is absolutely insane. People violating the rules, yet still getting payouts. Crazy to see. But yeah, a lot of the echo chamber exists on X, on Twitter. And it's unfortunate to see those things being amplified by people who have either no experience themselves or are just miserable inside because they themselves cannot figure out trading, which is most people, unfortunately. That is the raw facts, ladies and gentlemen. Walmart CFO says it is important to start the year with conservative guidance. Their earnings were terrible. JT Cook says I was denied a payout from Apex because they said I was dollar cost averaging. I've also received several payouts from them. Yep, they're seeing a lot of different violations across the board. Prop firms are not meant to be easy. Trading is not meant to be easy. The amount of leverage that you're getting from prop firms is extraordinary compared to what you actually get from trading your own cash. If you don't like the rules, get your own live account. There you go. Stick with TPT and Lucid. That's all you need. Yeah, again, it is a free market, right, ladies and gentlemen? It is a free market. Rips, what's your opinion about trading Forex? I'm not a Forex trader. The one thing that I think is dangerous for traders out there who are deciding to trade Forex instead of futures is that Forex prop firm or CFD firm can at any moment wipe you out of a trade and just say, oops, those were our spreads. And now you lose your account. Whoopsie daisy. I think that's one of the reasons why CFD firms and Forex firms are so prolific and so profitable, is because they can just find any kind of trader they want that's doing really, really well and say, whoopsie daisy, you crossed the spreads and now you're out of your position and you blew your account. Golly gee, don't know how that happened. If you think futures firms are bad, hop on a Forex firm and see how it works for you. If you're trading Apex, just record your screen and sessions and log them, so if they ever ask for a question on your methods, you have it. Again, I don't think it's necessary if you're following the rules, but sure, you can do that as well. Buck Nasty says, I was told I was being evaluated for live with Apex and couldn't purchase more evals. I received about 20K in payouts, waited to be called to live, and never heard anything. This was in May of 2025. What happened to your active PA accounts that you had with them? Because the only thing they're banning is you from purchasing additional evaluation accounts. So I had to ask you, what happened to your performance accounts? Why does no one talk about Blue Sky? Very good prop firm, harder rules, but unlimited sim-funded withdrawals in Stage 3. I've never heard of them before. What's up, Insider Trading Futures? How are you? CFDs kept doing that all the time. 100 pip stop loss wasn't even safe to the spread rules. Yep, that's right. What do you think of DCA, a trade as a method? It shouldn't be something you rely on. It should make sense. It should be part of your trade plan if it exists. For me personally, I'm never going to get the best entry, so I will dollar cost average, or I will push into momentum. Apex doesn't have live programs. Just keep trading your PAs and you'll be fine. That is another way to look at it too. Although I don't know if it's accurate that they do not have a live program. Used to be one and used to get constant slipped out of trades, and after reaching out, they have a template ready. Those schmucks, man, I hate them. Got it. What's the best Apex plan? I'm currently trading the 250,000 wealth chart accounts. I have 20 of them in PAs, performance accounts. But I got those because of the extraordinary about a drawdown, and the 30% rule against that is going to be measured against $6,500. So that was favorable for my style of trading. I've been trading Apex for 3 years. Just stay within the rules and size down. Nice work there, Anya. Way to go. Love to hear that. I was listening to your video this morning. Today it starts journaling, just simple and easy every day. It only takes a couple sentences for you to type in. It's not as difficult as most folks want to make it out to be. It's really not. And it's tremendously helpful in your trading. How's the wealth chart copy trading going? Very good in my opinion. I'm having no issues with it. I have full drawdown in each one of my accounts. So I would say that it's working quite well. Tamrob says, just so you know, as far as I understand, the 30% max drawdown limit does reset after each payout cycle. Sounds about right. And they take it from your max profit, your total profit. Back Nasty says, I blew those PAs, had 50-ish PAs total. I reached out a few times early, but never heard back. Reach out again in November. All is good. Plenty of firms and opportunities. There you go. Good way to look at it. Just caught that nice little drop. Way to go, Gus. Very nice. Love to see that. Beautiful short from 25,046 holding this baby. Wow, that is a great short. Holy smokes, 25,000. You've been up early, my friend. What's up, Uncle? How are you? Fencer says, journaling completely changed my trading 100%. My mentor used to run a major fund and has been hammering on me the mental side of it. Trading in the zone ultimately is the mentality. Read it, guys. I agree. It's a good book. So yeah, still no trades for me. I'm going to wait for the bottom of the hour just to see how the market reacts. It's 7 minutes from the bottom of the hour now. We will see how the market reacts here. Really curious to see, actually. Right now, the market is rolling over. We are probing, we are probing new lows here. It's interesting to see how weak the market is since we had that reflex trade off of that Walmart news, and Walmart is, I believe, doing their call right now. Uncle asks, why do people hate going live with prop firms? Do you have experience going live with props? I was live with Top Step, TPT, I guess you could call it live. Never in Pro Plus, though. Me personally, I think it's a good thing to be live with the prop firm. I can understand how people who started on props might have an issue with it, simply because it's not within their gaming parameters, so to speak. We are breaking below that previous 4-hour low currently. So I could think that it would be a shock to a lot of people out there who are used to kind of gaming the system. But for other people who are trying to take their trading seriously and trying to graduate into trading their own money, I think it could be beneficial. Bug Nasty says, I'm enjoying Tradeify and Lucid. I have a Top Step live and trade my own brokerage, funded mostly with payout profits. That's the wave right there, baby. Love to hear that. We did just make a new low. Spiked the ball in the end zone there. Very nice. Rips, you've probably been asked this 1,000 times. Did TPT ever give your accounts back during the outage? I did not ever hear back anything about it, no. I think losing your 5x leverage is a big part of it. Some firms allow multiple live accounts now, though. I mean, it's all relative, though. Whether you're trading in one account or 5, it doesn't really change anything, right? If you get the same leverage, right? If I have 5 accounts, if I have 5 accounts and each account can trade 5 contracts, so what's the difference between 5 accounts trading 5 contracts and one account being able to trade 25 contracts? Danny says, good morning, Rips. I'm very grateful for the recent videos you've been posting. They've been helping me a lot, truly a lot. You speak in a way that really makes me understand what I need. I'm becoming better. Happy to hear that. Way to go. How long did Tradeify take to set you up for live, Rips? It was 2 days. 2 days. 2 days, I think 48 hours or less. 48 hours or less. What's the gamble? Very good question. Let's get it popping. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it for 946. That'll be a good one. All right, 5 minutes for this prediction here, folks. 5 minutes. What's up, Bearded Banshee? How are you? What's your advice on the best trade copier? Heard bad stuff from TradeSyncer. I have not used TradeSyncer or Copia, whatever you call it. But I am quite familiar with using the Trade of 8 built-in copier and now the Wealth Charts copier. Both of them I enjoy very much. To use the tape and DOM on Bookmap, I do. Mickey 3D says, hi, Rips. Just had my first payout on Top Step, $650. Let's go. Give it up for Mickey 3D. Trading break and retest my first 6 months of trading. High VIX days ruining my trades. Should I give up on those days? Should I learn how to scalp? You might just want to have a no trade day or test a new strategy, test a new strategy. All those trading copiers will eventually clap your accounts by some not getting fills. Only Trade of 8 built-in copier works flawlessly. Also, Wealth Charts I haven't had any issues with at all. So, what's up, Carlton? How are you? Human, I don't think that links work, unfortunately, in chat. I think they're blocked. 846. Do I really have to? Yeah, people are going to bitch about it. Sorry. I'm going to do another prediction here. I meant to say 846. People are going to bitch and complain about that. There you go. What's up, Tanonian? What's cracking, baby? Test. I always love the people that do the test. What are you testing for? What are you testing for? What is the test? Test. Can anybody see this? Just testing the waters. Uncle says, but you can't trade multiple firms with Trade of 8 prop. No, that is correct. Yeah, you're going to have to use an auxiliary copier for that. May I ask what you use to read news, BT? But you can, there's tons of different squawks you can subscribe to. Tons of different ones that you are able to use at your own peril. What's up, Vil? How are you? Good to see you. A lot of channel gambles coming in on Kick right now. Love to see that. Forex Factory is free. There's a couple free ones. I just don't know how expedient the delivery will be on that news. Okay, less than 30 seconds to the bottom of the hour. We will get the jobless claims coming out. The preview is... we're expecting... Wow, look at the order book is completely empty. Let's go to Bookmap and watch. Look at that order book clearing out. 225,000 is the expectation. Here we come. 5 seconds. Good luck, everybody. I'm flat, and I'm going to stay flat. Big spreads. Look at that. Wow. Trade balance came in at negative 70.3 billion versus negative 55 billion. So cooler than expected. Wholesale trade inventories coming in at 0.2% in line. Advanced goods trades balance coming in lower than expected at negative 98.5 billion. Philly Fed outlook coming in at 16.3, higher than the 7.5 expected. Initial jobless claims coming in lower at 206,000 versus 225,000. Continuing claims at 1.869 million, in line with expectations. And the market is dumping on that. Canada December international merchandise trade minus 1.3 billion versus minus 2.2 billion, so coming in a little bit hotter than expected. I've never used Icon before, Zirkle. Who's SW? He's one of the mods that we have. A mentor and a mod. Am I trading micros or minis? On my Apex PAs, I'm only trading micros. On TPT, micros or minis. And on my Alpha funded account, Alpha Futures funded account, I'm trading one mini. Because that is the most I can trade. So letting to see the market settle here, it is interesting that we tagged out both sides. This is why it is so dangerous to hold a position through news, because especially on props, it's likely that you're going to hit your drawdown at one of these extensions, whereas we are just exactly where we were before the news printed. So I always do like to stay flat unless there is some type of expectancy for the news to be extraordinary positive or extraordinarily negative. Maybe the tape is giving us some type of read, but it can be very difficult to hold the trade through the news. Carlton says, I'm watching you on my phone right now. It sucks. Well, I'm sorry. What can I do to make it suck less? Nomad says, so I'm 100% going through alcohol withdrawal, getting insomnia, severe anxiety, and stress. I should probably take a couple days off, right? Yes, do not trade under those conditions. That is a terrible idea. But congratulations on being alcohol free. Congrats on that. That's a big step. I'm very happy to hear that. G Jones, thank you for the 4 months. Ferrari Phil says, good start on 3 XFAs, might lock it for the day. He is currently up $3,000 on each of his XFAs. There you go. Love to see it. That's $12,000 on the day for Ferrari Phil. Let's go, baby. Or sorry, 9,000. 3 XFAs, right? Nice. I watched you yesterday on my Galaxy 25S Ultra, and it was great. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Only 9K, you say. Only 9K. That's blasphemy, Ferrari Phil. You know better to say the O word before you say 9K, my friend. Out of your mind, brother. Fencer says, I was a daily drinker, but seeing you stay sober has motivated me. No drinks since January. Oh, I've mixed 2 people's messages. I'm at 6 years no booze. Just get past the first month. K-Dog says, I was a daily drinker, but seeing you has motivated me to drink since January 1st. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Whew, big sneeze. What's your opinion on or tips for a prop trader for his future, like scaling, get multiple payouts, stack firms and payouts, maybe every month take 30%, example in personal live account. So I always say this, what I suggest, and this is just my own personal meandering thoughts, not meandering, what's the word I'm thinking of? My musings. I think you should have 9 to 12 months of consistency before you put money into a live account. Whether you do that or not, that's entirely up to you. If you're a consistently profitable trader in props, you should be funding a live account and trading that personal live account, but you should also have safeguards in place with your brokerage that gives you a daily loss limit and such. Sebno says, after blowing accounts, booze is the only thing that will put me to sleep. Got to work on both. You know, they do make plenty of sleep medications that you can take that are over the counter that are a better thing than booze. The one thing that people don't realize is that the alcohol sleep that you are inducing is some of the most restless sleep that your body can endure. And it is one of the most unhealthy, unrestful things that you can do for your body. And in fact, it's almost the same as not sleeping at all. So I would say, you know, weaning yourself off alcohol, finding something else, eventually getting to a place where you can be naturally sleepy, maybe melatonin eventually. So yeah, same thing with weed. Yeah, and weed nowadays is insanely powerful, and people are getting physically addicted to weed. And I know a lot of smokers in chat are not going to like to hear that, but people are getting physically addicted to marijuana to the point where if you try to quit it, you get physical withdrawals from it, you know, night sweats and irritability and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, there's over-the-counter Z-Quil that, what is it, dihexaphedrine or something like that? What is the over-the-counter OTC sleep meds? Doxylamine. So, I mean, doxylamine will get you to sleep very quickly. We are pushing up here. A very strong push above our level of 862. We are seeing a squeeze now coming. A very strong squeeze indeed here. We are above our level of 850 in the NASDAQ here. It is just questionable whether or not we will see this extension above 880 or not. FOMC talking about rates drifting up here. Interesting to see that. Yeah, definitely squeezing here at 880. Interesting to watch on this pullback to see if we have enough bids to hold the price at this squozen level. You can see some folks are still fighting to hold this up. We just ripped above that New York open level, 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. open. Walmart is recovering. S&P's bounced almost exactly at our level of 63. 863. Buck Nasty says, quitting booze after 13 years of heavy drinking has paid massive dividends in all aspects of my life. Recommend it to anyone who wants to improve themselves. Great feedback. Congratulations on your sobriety. That's amazing. You'll love to hear it. We are finding our way into this first consolidation after ripping to the moon here. Finding our way to the tippy top of this earlier consolidation. Seeing if it holds now. Right now, seeing a lot of folks on the offer, absorbing a lot of this push towards the upside. It's going to be interesting to see if we can break out of this 80 level at all. Seems to be the line in the sand here. Let's see if the price wants to push up out of these 80s right now. Trying this here in my wealth charts accounts to see if we can get a hold above those 80s. If we do reject there, I do want to kill this trade, but I'd like to see us potentially hold above 65. We are seeing the price slowly move to the downside here, but I'm watching 65 for a potential hold to possibly add into this. Quick exchange here at 65, pushing us slightly higher. Let's see if we can get this back above 65 after that refresh lower. 75 is the line in the sand in the S&Ps. Just watching here to see if we can get the give and go that we're looking for here. Right now, pulling back below the 4-hour open. I don't want to abandon this trade idea yet, but it is coming back down tremendously lower after that refresh at 70. Watching here at the 50s. Seeing if we have any kind of consolidation here above these 50s, pushing us back towards those 60s now. Watching for this hold back above 60 now. Want to see if we can peel off some towards that 70 push. Nice out here. And filling the rest right there. Very nice. So from drawing down ever so slightly in there to back in the green on our wealth charts. Again, watching Bookmap for the exchange of liquidity here. Hey, good morning to you, Stan. How are you, buddy? Good to see you, pal. Nice pullback there to 850, targeting that liquidity there. Good morning to you, Nathan. How are you? Good to see you. That 850 is one of our MC levels if you are subscribed to the morning memo. That is why I trusted that level with that pullback. S&Ps need to range above 68.86. I don't know if you folks in MC noticed how good the S&P levels are playing today, but it is tremendous, if I don't say so myself. If you haven't already, pull up an ES chart and look at 63 and 86. How to subscribe to the morning memo. Poppy, I believe that Rips Mod can give you the link for that. Terrible Slayer says, hey Rips, I want to start trading in prop firms. Can you suggest us a prop firm which is beginner friendly and has less complicated rules? Absolutely. If you go to propfirms.gg, it's the website in the top right corner of your screen. You go to propfirms.gg and you take the quiz. Don't tell me Rips Mod just disappeared. We're looking for the link for the Prop Firms GG newsletter and the Prop Firms quiz. Not this again. Yeah, isn't that crazy for everyone? There we go. Thank you, Ripspot. I appreciate that. There's the daily levels and also the Prop Firms GG quiz. Thank you so much. Isn't that crazy, Ferrari Phil? Like, it's just tremendous. And if you look at yesterday as well during regular trading hours, it's tremendous. And then if you look at yesterday's pre-market, watching that 54 level, these levels have been a treat, specifically in the S&Ps. It's been a real treat. So again, our wealth charts, we just almost crossed in total P&L, almost at $50,000 in total P&L there. Very proud of that. One thing I want to change here is I want to get, I can squeeze that out a little bit more. Squeeze this one out a little bit more too, just so we can make sure that tracks. There we go. Cool. So again, very happy with day 4 in our wealth charts. Having a really nice time in those things. How to subscribe to the morning memo. You can put in your email. If you, Ripsmod will drop a link to the propfirms.gg giveaways thing, and you will get an email notification whenever the memo is published, which is lovely. Palantir will never make it on. We only focus on the Mag 7. So we are pulling back underneath 850. We did try to challenge that top side strength at 70s once more. It does look like the market wants to fade from the topping range that we were talking about earlier on the stream here. Not really surprising to me. Seeing a nice fade now coming below that 850 level. Rips, you may have covered this, but are the hotkeys working for you now in wealth charts? They are, and they are tremendous. Having no issues whatsoever with the platform. We had a couple different learning curves on day 1, but it had nothing to do with the platform. It was strictly operator error, if you know what I mean. So auctioning underneath 850, the next line in the sand would be down here at the previous 4-hour low. We'll have to see if we can contract any kind of liquidity down there. Tobias says, morning, recommended journaling method, paper or digital, and which one, if you do use digital, do you recommend? Free digital, docs.google.com, or just go on Amazon and order yourself a nice notepad and a nice G2 Pilot pen, if you like to write it. It looks like it is a photo finish, ladies and gentlemen. Photo finish indeed here. 846, 843. 843 is going to pay the overs, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. 843 will pay the overs. Very, very close. Let's do another one here. Let's do 906. We'll get this one going for 5 minutes. Good luck. I'm new here. Do you have videos of your strat on YouTube? Yep, we have lots of videos on the YouTube channel, which you're currently on right now, P Doggy. I recommend going through my video library, where I go over a lot of different things, psychology and strategy. I'd also recommend tuning into the Globex streams. Next week's Globex streams running Sunday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have a lot of strategy baked into them. And if you want to earn yourself some free channel points, go ahead and find yourself locked in over at Kick. What key levels indicator is that? I'm happy you asked. It's one of the best ones in town. It's named after the coolest dude in the room here. Ribs key levels is available for the low price of free on TradingView. Late today, damn, it worked. What trade did you take today, Ribs? Well, we took one on wealth charts to make 11,800. We took a couple in Trade of 8 to make $10,000 on TPT, and then also a single lot trade in our Alpha account to make $1,300 in total, combined with our Globex trade from last night. So overall, a nice morning here for Thursday. I've watched you read order flow so long, I'm starting to pick it up. Thanks, Rips. Awesome to hear that, Blue Boy. Let's go. Let's go, baby. T. Bryson says, Ribs, last night was a blast. Thanks again for doing Globex streams. Happy to do them. They take a lot of energy. They're not They are a lot of energy. A lot of energy to do those. Extreme amounts of energy. Caught the long for a nice $200. Got in a little early and had to slowly average down, but it worked out. Way to go, Straight G. Very nice. I am extremely exhausted today, believe it or not. I actually don't feel like, I don't know if I'm actually going to trade during regular trading hours, but I'm happy to provide order flow commentary. Just not sure if I can bring myself to trade anymore. I feel like I've hit some very good milestones on the day. Being up, $12,000 here, another $10,000 here. I feel like I've completed the mission for Thursday. And also, I will say this, the caution flag should be out today, given that we will have Fed speakers throughout the day. The next Fed speaker is scheduled at 9 a.m. We're going to hear from Neil Kashkari, and he is a voter this year. Don't forget that. Neil loves to say off-the-wall sort of things and cause the market to go into turmoil, up or down. So just be very careful. So you're up big green already. What times do you usually take trades, and do you live stream them? Absolutely. A good portion of the stream was last night, 6 p.m. Like I said, Sunday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Globex. That is where we took 9,000 of the $12,000 that you're seeing right here. And on Alpha Zero, which is these, I think we made about half that, $650. These trades I took right before we went live, based off of Walmart's earnings and the rejection of those lows. So the more you tune in, hopefully the more you learn my trading style. Hopefully it helps you out. Hopefully it makes you a better trader. Hopefully you just have a good time tuning into these streams. Tommy C says, hey Rips, I tune in from time to time. Love your stream. Truly love the video you did about starting 2026 the right way. Truly helpful, my man. Very inspiring. Thank you so much, Tommy. Really appreciate that. So the morning streams, we go live at 8 o'clock Eastern time. The Globex streams, we go live at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can never get enough rips in your life. Sunday through Thursday are the Globex streams, because there is no Globex trading on Friday evenings. Friday evenings are reserved for spending time with my beautiful wife and taking her out to dinner. Colby says, just pass some Lucid accounts. Does anyone know if you have to be over the buffer to request payouts? They have documentation available on their site that will clue you into exactly all of the questions that you have about the payouts, the limits, the targets. Lucid is capped on all of the payouts until you get moved to live, and then I believe they go uncapped as well. Can the MC levels also be used for micros? Absolutely, Yama. Absolutely. J-Star says, cool. We'll be sure to come back and check you out for the evening session. Thanks, big bro. Happy to do it, man. What is your favorite prop from right now? I mean, it's tough. TPT I like a lot because of the daily payouts. Apex, I would love to hit our first milestone in Apex, which will be a $60,000 payout. We're slowly creeping our way there, but that is how those accounts should be traded. The Apex PAs should not be rushed. They should be taken at a slow pace, as I'm showing you by example. Taking them at a slow pace, trading in the micros. And, after enough days of trading those, I will get over the buffer, and hopefully we can get our first milestone, which will be a $60,000 payout across 20 accounts. Be very proud to show that off if I can get there. If I will try my best. No guarantees. I'm just a man trying my best to trade these markets just like everybody else out there. How many micros are you using with Apex PA? I believe the most that we've taken is 30 micros, which is equal to 3 minis per account, which is equal to 60 minis across the board, which is a tremendous amount, but we're doing it when the market is moving slowly with stops in place. We Ennis together says, I've heard so many say Apex doesn't pay. Well, I would say that it's worth your time to question those folks to show you proof of their claims, and you'll find that most of them are just echoing a lot how you just did, which is like, oh, I heard Apex doesn't pay. I heard Apex doesn't pay. I heard Apex, yeah. That seems to be just the word on the streets for some reason, because there's a lot of negativity in this space, unfortunately. Cyborg90 says, Rips, I got a question. For 2 years, I have had no payouts, and this year so far I've had 7. You reckon I'm on the right track? I would say so, and congratulations, Cyborg, for your 7 payouts. That is no small feat. I turned into trading momentum seeing you this year. Momentum trading is powerful in the right hands. Congratulations to you. I'm happy you're finding a strategy that fits with your style. Very nice. Tyin9 says, Ty D and 9 says, what's up, Rips? Hope the morning's going well. What's up, Rips? I hope you're having a good morning, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. I love you back there, Cyborg. Uncle says, I got paid by Apex. Don't breach rules, and you're good. Only thing is what I hate, and I thank God didn't happen to me yet, is that they banned pretty quickly from buying more accounts. Well, you know, with my live account, if I lose that live account, they don't give me a new one. That's money that I lost. So, sort of the same thing. Treat it like it's your real live brokerage account, and I think that you will have a good experience. A good experience. Stone Elk says, I hopped on the first bullish push that last night on NQ, locked in 1,200 on my TPT accounts. Let's go, baby. 300 more to go to pass. I've been through many accounts without passing any evals. Thank you for your insight on the market. I want to build this up slowly so I can get my family back into a house. Currently living in an RV to get out of debt and life back on track. The last 3 years have been unforgiving. Bless you, Rips. Take it slow. Take it slow. Best thing you can do is try to quiet your mind of those auxiliary factors, those goals and things and aspirations. I know it's hard, but one of the hardest things to do with trading is relying on it for income. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but one of the very hardest things that you can do is try to rely on income through trading. It is probably the hardest thing that you can do. I think that trading as a secondary or tertiary form of income can make sense, but having it as your only sole source of income is an almost impossibility. Colby says, my strategy just isn't built for intraday drawdown. Otherwise, I'd love to be trying Apex and TBT. You might find luck in trading the micros and just being extra scalpy, but I totally understand if it doesn't fit your strategy. There's plenty of firms that don't have intraday trailing drawdown. Trav says, I stopped looking at P&L completely and got so much better. That's a trick that I used to do when I was trading equities. I put a Post-it note on my screen. I would move it often, but it was there. The intention was there. Nomad Trader says, does your wife have any idea of how much of a positive impact you have on the world? I don't think so, but I don't even know if I even realize that. I don't know if I actually have. My intentions are to have a positive impact, especially on the trading community, and try to be as helpful as possible. I do enjoy doing this. I don't know if my impact is positive, mid, or negative, but I try to be as positive as possible. I'm from Indonesia. There's a lot of firm that is not available on my country. Yeah, that's unfortunate. There's nothing that can be done about that. I don't know why there's some countries that are on a ban list, but thankfully, at least there are some firms that you can trade on. Day Trader Rick says, same here. The trailing drawdown is one of the hardest things to deal with. It punishes you for not taking profit sooner. It's difficult. It's definitely difficult. It's a challenge for me too. It's not exactly the way that I trade. It's definitely something that I always keep top of mind when I'm trading those types of accounts. If I'm trading on Apex or TPT in the pro stage, I have to be cognizant of that trailing drawdown and definitely adapt my style to it. It's definitely a challenge, and I do enjoy the challenge, but I can understand for folks out there that are not willing to do the challenge or just, happier with other firms. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Nick asks, are we freaking winning today? We are, baby. We are indeed. Nomad Trader says, it's been a week watching you, but it is as a veteran of trading of 15 years. I'm going through a horrible rough patch in life at the moment. You've made an impact. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much, man. And, life does come in waves. There's positive waves, there's negative waves, but, the when you're in the deepest, darkest, negative patches of life, it never seems like you're going to find the positive ever again. And when the positive waves are flowing, it feels like you could never be unhappy. Life is what you make it. And life is meant for living, baby. James says, I think it kind of keeps you in check, trailing drawdown, if your account matters to you anyhow. Yeah, it's a give and a take. It is difficult to manage. It's not easy. And it also, I will say this from being a professional trader, this is my 12th year of trading, I will say with full confidence that it is not the most natural way for me to trade. It's something that I have to be aware of. If I'm trading a trailing drawdown account, I have to be squarely aware that I am trading with a trailing drawdown. It is not natural for the way that I trade as I do in my own live account. PS, been finding a lot of value in those Globex streams. Very entertaining as always. Yesterday we went off the rails a little bit. Got a little crazy. Very loopy. Hopefully I can get some rest today so I'm not as loopy for Globex tonight. Do you think it makes you a better trader? I will say this. I traded on Top Step for 2 years. Top Step, I think, made me into a more risk-conscious trader. I think that journey on Top Step, being on Top Step TV, managing around those small drawdowns, it did make me more risk conscious. Now, I've done some crazy things in my trading. I've done some crazy things when it pertains to risk, but I will say that I do think that prop firm trading can complement your trading. Maybe for some people, your mileage may vary, but for me personally, I did find that trading in prop firms almost exclusively did benefit my trading. Crocker Z says, Dakota didn't tell us about Tom's girls in Vegas. Well, that's a shame. You should ask him why he's withholding the goods. Natus says, I'm sure you've discussed this before, but once you pass an Apex account and get moved to funded, do you still have to pay the monthly? No. It's one lifetime fee if you want to select that. It is one lifetime fee. You can choose the lifetime or you can choose to do the monthly. I would say the lifetime makes more sense. There's a lifetime PA fee, I think, of $75 on the smaller accounts, 100K and below. And I believe it's $145 for the PA lifetime activation fee on the other accounts. Stone Oak says, the wife works in the mortgage industry, brought me home from the oil field life by living smaller, managed to get hurt on the job, so this is my potential income for now. There you go. Take it slow, baby. Take it slow. Take it extremely slow. What's up, SW? Good morning. How are you? This is for anyone or Rips. How old were you when you started trading? I started trading 12 years ago. I was 12 years younger than I am today. Slot Review Com says, I'm building a Rotten Tomatoes style score for slots, critics score, community score, trying to make this debate measurable. Very cool. Thanks for sharing. What's up, Galaxy? Good morning. I remember you from last night. Good to see you again. Market is range bound currently. I'm not in any trades, just watching. Rips, love your content. How exactly do you use Bookmap for entries and exits? Which Bookmap plan is best for new traders on a budget? And how long did it take you to get truly comfortable with it? It took years. I took years to become comfortable with Bookmap. The best plan to use for newer traders is, of course, Global. It's the lowest plan that you can choose. And I recommend using Rhythmic Data. What happens if I blow my account? Did I only pay $75? Well, $75 plus whatever you paid for the evaluation. Market Architect says, I blew my 5 Apex 50K accounts, but I have to be honest, prop trading really forces you to be very good with your strategy and risk management. Learned a lot from props. Yes, indeed. You're not wrong. I love Bookmap very much. I think it's a fantastic piece of software. I have a lot of shorts about Bookmap on my channel, a lot of long-form content as well. Highly recommend checking it out if you have the time. I think it's worth your time. Do you expect gold to go to 6K anytime soon? Not necessarily, no. Maybe if we see a war kick off this weekend, which is what a lot of people are saying may happen, but we'll have to see. What are we trading today? We're looking at NASDAQ currently, using S&Ps as a balance. Also adhering to what the Mag 7 is doing. Trying to find them all moving in tandem is the goal here. Rivers, did Bookmap change your consistency as a trader? Which plan would you recommend for beginners? I believe I answered that already. How long should someone expect to study it before trading live with confidence? I mean, your mileage may vary. I might be just so stupid that it took me years to really understand and become proficient with it, but I also came from trading on TPOs and footprint charts and reading the time and sales and reading a DOM, so it was combining all of those things together. I think that a lot of my prior experience before using Bookmap helped me to understand what I was looking for in specific order flow. Bookmap just kind of left a footprint behind so I didn't have to commit so much to memory. So for me personally, it was a tremendous help. Your mileage may vary. It might be just noise for you. You want to throw Bookmap in the trash the first 3 months you use it. After that, you would never want to trade without it. Correct, in my opinion. Yeah, Prince Andrew was arrested today. It makes you wonder if anything will actually happen because, as you know, nothing ever happens. Absolutely nothing ever happens. We are in a wider consolidation still, pushing down towards these lows. I'm currently not in any type of trade. Nice sells up there towards 880 if you caught them. We are still continuing to exhaust from those highs. And we talked about this zone earlier. We are seeing some bids shape up. I will see what happens off the open. I'm not rushing to put on any trades. I'd like the market to build a stronger profile before we start to map out anything here. Patience is key today. Prince Andrews is just a sacrificial lamb. Maybe. It is interesting to see that everywhere but the US we're seeing arrests and resignations. But in the US we're seeing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not sure why. This always sounds like the Rounders music. It does, doesn't it? What's up, SW? Rips has his radio voice on today. Well, when you're screaming and yelling all Globex stream, you tend to lose your voice. I think that's more of what's happening today. That I don't have much of a voice after hooting and hollering during Globex last night. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, I think. So I'm trying to take it easy today. You're not trying to offer a 100K mentorship like other streamers. In fact, I am, but the difference between me and them is that my 100K mentorship comes with a coupon for $100,000 off. So every mentorship you buy for $100,000 comes with a $100,000 rebate. Instant rebate. In fact, I don't even take your credit card. The rebate is applied before you even check out. We should be hearing from Mr. Bostic soon here. Not Bostic, Cash Gary. Cash Gary should be yapping anytime soon here. Reportedly, the UK is blocking Trump from using the RAF bases for strikes on Iran, not yet given permission to the US, says the UK. Interesting. It is the deal of the year. Pruth says, hi, brother. Can you speak how important choosing the right instrument for traders' personality and approach? Yes, the NASDAQ is very tricky to trade. I would highly recommend that most traders, if they're learning futures, start out with the movement of the S&Ps. That symbol is called ES or MES for the micros. I would highly recommend learning on the MES before anything and trading in a paper account before you even attack it on props. If you're flush with cash and you don't know what to do with yourself, by all means, go crazy and buy a prop account. But take your time and learn, and by golly, look at how good these levels are this morning. It's just so beautiful to look at. I love to see it. It's just gorgeous. Privacy daily payouts with TPT are wild. 12,500 this week. Give it up for Chris. Way to go, Chris. You'll love to see that. Or the MYM. Yeah, the YM tends to trend quite a bit. The YM is the Dow Industrial Average. Dow Jones Industrial. Rips, do you think I better be adjusting my life to be trading the New York session on the futures or the FF Open and London Open trading GCNQ and FTSE works just as good? It really just depends on your personality and availability. You don't want to be losing sleep over a session that you can't manage to trade consistently. Sessions have their own lifeblood. Sessions often change, and sessions have cycles. My personal taste is, of course, trading the New York session because it aligns with where I live. Find something that works for you, lean into it. Jumping around from session to session can be manageable but difficult. But find consistency in trading the same instrument over and over and the same time session over and over. That would be my recommendation for you. Why didn't I get paid on the under prediction? Well, let's see. Because we haven't paid it out yet. But since you asked so nicely, I'm going to go ahead and pay it out. The overs win this one. The overs. Just kidding. The belows win. Why didn't I get paid on the under prediction? I almost paid the overs just because of that. I'll have you know. I love the kick stream. You guys are a hoot. You guys, where's the gamble points? The hell's going on? He's won't shut the fuck up about the markets. What the fuck is this shit? He won't stop yapping about the markets and trading psychology. Son of a bitch. I need my points. Oh, man. I love you guys. What's up, Cozy Babe? How are you? We will be doing a bonus hunt today on Kick. I do kind of want to get into traffic cams, but we'll see. We will see. Hey, Rips, did you see the screenshot I tagged you in X last night? Richard Harris was still all about you on slow markets with Dakota last night. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people tend to talk about me. If I block people, they talk about me. If I engage with them, I'm a retard. There's really no winning in this space. There's a lot of miserable, unhappy people, and unfortunately, there's nothing I can do other than just ignore them. Traffic bets as well. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy to watch those bets. Rips, we know you're a good dude. I try to be. Try to give the community a good stream, a good presentation. I honestly wish that last year's streams would have had more of an impact on the community, and it was just, I feel pretty foolish for spending my whole year transparently trading a live account. It makes me feel kind of like a fool. Obviously, I'm enjoying the benefits monetarily, but it just makes me feel like a fool that I thought that was going to do anything for the industry. That's what happens when you have grandiose plans. God seems to laugh at you for them. Shorted London 330 this morning, holding runners after multiple partials. Love sleeping on a good position. Way to go, Cozy Babe. Way to go. When will the car content come out? What's the car content? We were doing the car stream this weekend. We did a Ferrari Friday stream on Kick. Tell me you tuned in for that, JDS. It was lovely. Rips, are you a religious man? I'm very much a God-fearing individual. I do believe in God, and He has blessed me with the life that I have, and I'm forever in His debt. God has blessed me, and I'm very thankful. I love watching you on the live account. Your commentary was insane. I try to provide the exact same commentary. I mean, specifically when I'm trading on my Apex PA, it feels like I'm trading my live account, especially with the thought that I can get a $60,000 payout from trading these accounts. I look at it as one singular account, but you know, the thought that I can trade and get a $60,000 payout, I don't care how rich you are. $60,000 is $60,000. I'm going to be very happy if I can reach that very first milestone. If you blow an account with TPT eval, why wouldn't you just buy a new eval instead of reset? Is there any benefit of resetting the eval? I believe it's cheaper to reset, is it not? Isn't the reset cheaper? Yeah, the reset's cheaper. You save money. Yeah, TPT eval reset is cheaper than buying a new one. How do you guys like the new stream counter up there? I think it's very helpful. It lets us know collectively where we're at. Just got 4 Pro and TPT activated, but I don't feel good to trade today, so just watching your stream for today. Thank you, Lomanco, for tuning in, and please do not trade under those circumstances. I love that you're making the conscious choice, that you're identifying that you're not in the right mindset to trade. That is, if you think about it, this is how you can position yourself, ladies and gentlemen. What Lomanco just said is that he's activated his TPT Pro accounts. Those are the funded accounts you can take daily payouts from. He could take a payout from those today if he traded so well. But what he decided is that he is not in the right mindset to trade today. Now think about it this way. If he wanted to rush those and he's not in the right mindset and he takes a loss, what do you think happens day 2? In order to get a payout, you now have to make up the loss. You have to fill the ditch that you just dug because you knew that you shouldn't have been trading. There's a lot to be said about not trading, and I think it's one of the most undervalued skills in being a trader. When you're not feeling well, when you're not getting enough sleep, when you're not reading the market well, saving yourself from entering the market, saving yourself from not trading, will in turn extend your gains because you do not have to fill the hole that you just dug. Think about the hole that you can dig by trading out of pocket and consider that a win, because if you have to make that profit back eventually, then that's gained profit that you never lost in the first place. Colby says, one of the biggest illusions I needed to get over was this idea that you have to make money every day. That is one of the biggest illusions of being a professional trader, is that you need to trade every single day. Some of my pals that are professional traders, they're very much retired at this juncture, but they still trade. They have enough money that they don't have to trade. But one of my good friends, I talk about him all the time, he trades about 3 to 6 times every quarter, and they're big trades, big trades. He made a tremendous amount during the metals fiasco. I think he traded 2 or 3 times in November, and I think once in December. And I think he made his whole year in those 4 trades. Can you let us know the next time or next trade he makes? I would love to know that. He never tells me. He tells me after the fact. Jeff says, Rips, your stream makes my and many others morning great. Even if no dollar is made, it's a positive thing every single day. You were here locked up. Minus 500 yesterday, locked that account. Plus 1,500 just a little while ago. And a second one, plus 800 a few minutes ago. Thank you for being here. And it's always positive. Way to go, Jeff. Give it up for Jeff. Rips, you mentioned something that you implemented that took away the pressure of reading price action. What was that? Footprints or order flow? Order flow is what I trade now, but when I used to trade, I used a DOM, TPO, or footprint charts and the time and sales. One of the things that was hardest for me was committing certain areas of price to memory and trying to remember how many lots were traded. Bookmap sort of puts all of those visualizations on the screen for me. You could still see it in a footprint chart. You could still see it in a TPO chart, but I just like the way that Bookmap shows me exactly what I'm looking for. Your mileage may vary, but it's what works for me personally. TPO or footprint charts are perfectly fine for most, though. Do you know who Amiri Sale is from Market Wizards? He trades exactly like your friend, or Amarit. Amarit? No, I don't, actually. I haven't read my Market Wizards books in a while, actually. Those are some of, I call that trader porn, because it's so inspiring to read those stories. It just fires me up whenever I read a Market Wizards book. It's fun. If you've never picked up a Market Wizards book, I'd highly recommend it. They're a great read. It fires you up. It gets you fired up to trade. It's just very much success stories, and it just makes you feel good. I'm sure you know Mike Amiri. Yes. In fact, I don't think you can see it, but Mike and I did a little shoe collab, and I was very happy for that. It was a couple months ago. Let's see if I can find a picture of that guy. There he is. Me and Mike. Good old Mike. What book? I missed it. Markets and Market Wizards. Any of the Market Wizards. Jack Schwager. Wiggers. Market Wiggers. Market Wizards. Jack Schwager. What's up, Lito? How are you? Tom G, I'd love to see a like as well. Hit the like button on your stream right now. It does help out the YouTube algorithm tremendously. I do appreciate everybody who tunes into these morning streams. The Market Wiggers, they say, yo, what's good with price this morning? I do believe that we are going to see S&P's auction at above 68.75. You heard? Even if I don't make $1, I'm happy here to support and watch the stream. Thank you, Hart. Appreciate you. Rubes, can you show us your office trading setup? I will post it right now on Instagram just for you, my friend. You are my sunshine. This is going up on my Instagram story in just a moment. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, instagram.com/ripstrades. Ripstrades. Instagram.com/ripstrades. AT, you do have a house. Just refresh your stream. It's posted live on my Instagram story. You can check it out if you'd like to see it. It wasn't that Ripsmod didn't like the word. It was Kick's AI mod did not like it. Wait, C Philly, who are you? Who is this? C Philly, who are you? How do you know that term? Hold on, who are you? Tell me your name. Yeah, I know, OG, but who? Who? I gotta know who you are, man. Oh, man. Ben Brown was my mentor. I don't know Ben Brown. What's up, Kick with Rich? How are you? Ribs, get us lit. I'm trying to. Preston says, hello, Mr. Ribs. I started trading in November. I was following an ICT trader whose strategy has been unprofitable lately. I'm now trying to find my own edge and trade for myself. What is a good edge to look for in a prop from trader? Love your streams, by the way. I'm trying to be like you when I grow. That's cute. I would say the best strategy that you can start would be a break and retest and then watching some videos on the pitch and catch. That will get your mind right. That will get your mind right. Break and retest is one of the easiest strategies to learn because you're challenging key levels and you're not getting in too early. For instance, a break and retest would be mapping out this level of 862 that we have drawn on our chart. It's a key level. This is a break. This is a failure. This is a break. This is an under retest. You can take a long at those breaking tops. That would be your break and retest. A good place to cover, or at least scale out, would be at the top of this wick or the top of that previous hourly high. If you want to be very, very hungry, you'd be trailing your stop behind your trade up to that prior 2 hours ago hourly high. Do I recommend going for that and just not trailing your stop behind? Of course not. Trail your stop behind, be smart, lock in profits when you can. Much harder to do on a trailing drawdown account, of course. Just saw your setup on Insta. Please, I need those monitors names. Samsung 49-inch up top, Samsung 57-inch on the bottom, Dell 34-inch on the side. We're going to get one of those pitch and catches today, possibly. We've had a lot of break and retest, but no pitch and catch yet. What do you think about supply and demand? Again, same thing. I think it's a very good setup. Drawing out zones, marking out zones. Down here, we've had the demand zone, which we actually talked about quite a bit in the pre-market. We talked about this lower demand zone possibly finding buyers, and it's exactly how it's playing out right now. Market's opening in about 6 minutes here. Take a quick restroom break. I will be right back with you in just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are inside 3 minutes now before the market will be opening. We are seeing a sharp decline in NASDAQ futures as well as S&P futures. The low to take is below 800, but we are rejecting both underneath 850 and 862 and a quarter. I will talk you through the order flow, but I cannot promise that I will be taking any trades off the open. I'm quite satisfied with where I stand right now in my P&L. Up collectively about $25,000 on the day in prop firms. Again, thank you to all 1,300 of you that are tuning in on both Kick and YouTube this morning. Really appreciate you folks spending your morning with me. It means the world to me. Sorry if it's been answered. Did you reload Apex? We're on day 4. Day 4 of Apex. All right, 1 minute, folks. You thought I blew yesterday? No. How would I blow Apex yesterday? What are you talking about? What? After the open, I'll show you where the accounts are standing and how it would be impossible for me to blow them yesterday, given my stats for today. But I do appreciate the vote of negativity this early in the morning. Inside 10 minutes. Inside 10 minutes. Or 10 seconds, sorry. Yeah, 10 minutes. We are selling off sharply here to start the morning session. Fed's cash carry is speaking right now. Be very careful in today's trades, ladies and gentlemen. I'm expecting a tremendous amount of volatility. A tremendous amount. Cash Carry just said crypto is utterly useless. We do have to see the buyers making a stand above 860s here. If they don't make a stand quickly, we will see this price exhausting to the downside. There they go, gunning for 860 as we are living and breathing here. Bookmap data lagging. This is why we only use Rhythmic for our data feed on Bookmap. 850 is currently holding, looking for 862 and a quarter, tagged right in there. My hands are down here without a stream deck in my lap, so I'm not trading any of this as promised. S&Ps are holding above 863, which was our key line in the sand here. We auctioned about 5 points above it. Currently auctioning right through, piercing the prior hourly high. The VWAP is situated up at 910. Potentially gunning for that if we have enough buyers. Looking for strong bids to shape up here in the order flow. That would solidify that the longs are in play. Currently no trades from me, but happy to walk through it with you folks. Seeing the S&Ps and the NASDAQ slowly pulling back after that extension all the way up to 885 and 877 respectively. S&Ps and NASDAQ still in a wider range here. If we're looking at the NASDAQ, the range is extended about 890 all the way down to the lows of 800. So we're looking about just less than 100 handle range here. In the S&Ps, we're looking about 86 down to 63, so slightly larger than 20 handles. A volume shelf is forming here at 860, close to our key level of 862 and a quarter. If we do not challenge that and show some bids, there will be an opportunity for sellers to take control. As we are speaking here, we are seeing bids shape up, bringing us higher towards that 890 level. If we do pierce that, looking at testing potentially 890 and 900 in the NASDAQ. If we do fail bids below 830 here, we will be likely testing 800s to the downside. It's okay to not be in a trade off the open here, given that we are trying to find where the market is finding its temperature currently. As long as we're holding up above that 830 level, I do believe that the market will potentially try to challenge those 880s again to see if it can auction higher, potentially to 900s. S&P is also showing us a very similar picture here, 70 all the way up to 77, really finding a higher range. Sellers are intact here, finding 860 to be a point of contention. If 860 isn't reclaimed quickly here, it's very likely we will test this 830 level and break through. S&P's tremendously weaker in this pullback than the NASDAQ. If we're looking at the Mag 7 right now, we are seeing Google off of a tremendous bounce. Same thing goes for Microsoft and Tesla. Apple very strong here, and Meta, of course, auctioning right below 641, which is one of our key levels to watch. Amazon holding strong in its consolidation. Nvidia below the EMAs, but slightly perched above the VWAP of 187.05 cents. If your Bookmap's down, you can go ahead and watch mine on screen. It is fully functioning because we are using Rhythmic's data. Again, the contention is 30 handles wide in the NASDAQ, 830 up to 860 here. If we do break this consolidatory range, it could be short-lived either to the upside or the downside. A break below 830 would lead us to 800. A break above 860 would lead us likely to 890. Those are the levels to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Microsoft is slowly fading back below the VWAP here, trading just a touch under 400. It won't be enough to tank the market unless we have some other players in the Mag 7 joining its flight to the downside. Google is holding up. Amazon, Nvidia, and Microsoft all sort of in the same range that they were off the open. Amazon showing a lot more strength in the other Mag 7, Apple pulling back, and Meta slightly pulling back as well. That pressure could coincide with a break of 830 to the downside in the NASDAQ here. Nvidia not finding the strength to reclaim the VWAP. We are testing 830s on the lows here. Remember, if we do break below 830 and hold that weakness below 800 evens, will likely be challenged to the downside here. Not very many bids there, but we do expect to see some icebergs below. That would coincide with 68.65 in the S&Ps, which is perched slightly above our 68.63 level to watch. Currently testing 820 here. Not surprisingly, we are met with a couple of bids, but we are slamming down slowly towards that 800 level as expected since we did fail below the 830 level. 800 challenge is coming in with its flight down below. 800 has been tested and is currently breaking, but bouncing. If you're enjoying the commentary, if you find this helpful, drop a W in chat. I do want to be as helpful as possible. If I'm not trading myself, I want to walk you through what you can anticipate by reading this order flow. 800s are failing now. Looking to the downside here, we would potentially see the NASDAQ visiting lower to 757 and a quarter and the S&Ps at 854 evens. Lots of weakness here. Anticipated that with the hold below 860 and that break below 830. WLs or mids, if you're dropping and catching those shorts in your own prop firm accounts, I'd love to hear about it. Almost tagged 757 and a quarter on the nose here. If the S&Ps do find strength above 63 and a break and retest, we could see this meandering back up to the upside, maybe trading 68.70 if it can find the strength. The rejection below would likely lead us back down to 68.54. A break of 68.54 would show tremendous weakness, but we would be breaking a two-day trend at that point. Hearing reports that Trade of 8 is down. Take care. Be cautious. Trade of 8 is reportedly being cheeks. That is the word on the streets. Cheeks are not catching any clapping this morning in a good way. Getting this breaking news, Trade of 8 straight cheeks this morning. Straight cheeks. Kashmir said took a long on the bottom, then Trade of 8 froze. Sorry to hear that. Cash Gary's still yapping right now. Take care. Like somebody who got their cock and balls cut in the steering wheel, the market architect says, drove me nuts. Oh, that is good, sir. Do you have the app? Cancel orders on the app. That is sage advice. Currently auctioning below 800, showing that tremendous weakness as we didn't reclaim the key level of 830 in the NASDAQ here. Currently meandering in price back down to 68.60 in the S&Ps as well. If that weakness can hold below 800, it's pretty likely that we will auction down to those 750 levels, specifically 757 and a quarter in the NASDAQ and 854 in the S&Ps. It's all potentially waiting on this break of 800. A break and retest is what you're looking for if you want to go to short sides. Right now, auctioning right back above that 830 level, but finding some contention. The level to watch for the upside would be a reclaim of 860. A break and retest to the upside at 860 would potentially bring you back to that 900 test that we talked about earlier in the session. Markets have only been open for 9 minutes and 30 seconds, but it feels like an eternity at this point, given that we had Trade-Evade down and the market moving so violently here off this morning dump. W pre-recorded stream. Dude, if I could pre-record this stuff, man, I'd be a trillionaire if I knew what the market was going to do. Just blue 10 Apex on that Trade-Evade down. I'm really sorry to hear that. Hopefully that Trade-Evade will rectify some of that. That's just nonsense that we're still dealing with prop firm issues like this. I feel for you folks out there. I'm sorry to hear it. We are seeing some orders being chased down below 68.65. If we get below 68.63 here in the S&Ps, we will likely see that contention being broken and the price moving back to the downside here with that tremendous weakness. We are seeing a temporary triple bottom here in the NASDAQ, quadruple bottom in the S&Ps on this slight order flow in the last about 4 minutes here. Mehdi says your commentary is always helpful. Thank you. Thought a little bit with what I was looking and it worked out. Way to go. Love to hear that. Trying to bring all 12 years of experience that I have in trading these markets to you on these morning streams best I can. Does seem like Trade-Evade is the culprit of a lot of tears this morning. Trade-Evade being down and causing people not able to close their trades or even interact with these markets. It is a sad story to hear. We are breaking the pre-market lows, but still picking them back up. We are seeing volume steadily decline, but we will likely see some volume entering the market at about 9:45, which is about 3 minutes away here. We'll do another prediction from my kick folks out here. We're going to do 10:06 for the next prediction. Hopefully it'll pass the time if you're dealing with Trade-Evade issues. Trying to make it an easy one for you folks. What's another better platform than Trade-Evade? I haven't had many issues with wealth charts myself. Tom G says commentary is awesome. I'll plan to listen to it again when I watch the replay. Looking forward to that. Let me know if I can do anything to improve it for you. Could I please get the wealth charts code? Yep, Ripsmon right on the ticket there. Trade rate prop issue, not live accounts. Thank you for reporting that, Rassen. Appreciate that very much. Seeing some buyers enter the market here, defending just above 800 for the time being. But if we do find a lot of offers to the north side here, they do have to block off this rip all the way up to 860. We could see a squeeze right here off the lows and all of the selling be finished for the morning here. If we have a break and retest of 860, we'll be visiting that 890 level that we talked about previously. Gus says, Bookmap is down for me, so I'm eating English muffins. Wonderful. What is English about an English muffin, by the way? I feel like they just should call that round toast. What exactly is English about an English muffin? Anyway, SW, paging SW, our resident Englishman. What is English about an English muffin? Is it proper? Is that a proper muffin to you? It really isn't brown toast. That could be taken a lot of ways. We're trading back up to 830 here. We do need to see an 830 break and hold to retest that 860 level, which is the coveted line in the sand for buyers that want to take this market higher. Currently auctioning back up to 830 here. Looks like the channel points have violently changed. Here we are pushing back up towards that 860 level, squeezing a lot of these early shorts. The NASDAQ and the S&Ps both rising higher here, looking for a potential reclaim of 886 in the S&Ps and a hold above 850 for that rise all the way back up to 860. When you folks were trading back down there at 775, I tried to make it quite clear that this was an easy prediction at 835. Andrea says today was more widespread, so maybe, but generally they are slow at responding, don't have a Discord, so you can't really see what they're doing with Lucid Trade if I got you. Start hedging your channel points, guys. There you go. Am I done for the day? I plan on streaming for probably another 3 hours or so. Will I take any trades during those 3 hours? The market will only know. Ashton says, see y'all in Globex, guys. Take care. Thanks for being here, Ashton. We'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time. A tremendous flush now. A rejection underneath 860 leads us right back down. If you're trading in this beautiful range that's being conducted right now, the NASDAQ and the S&Ps, just using these levels of price action make a lot of sense. If we don't reclaim 860, it's very likely the longer we hang up, the more likely it is we flush down back to 800s here on the ticket. Basically a 60 handle flush and more now. Matt Land asks, Rips, were you in the Epstein files or question mark? I'm going to let you answer that question yourself. I've seen some dumbass questions in here, but that one probably takes the cake, at least for the month of February so far. I know you're joking, and so am I. Of course I'm in those files. I need the FBI sound. No apologies necessary. Love you right back. Does Lucid not offer free data on their evals? This person purchased a Flex account and TradeAvate has my data delayed. It takes about 10 or so minutes for them to activate the data. So just be patient and just refresh your chart. And when that orange nastiness goes away, you will see it in real time. Bookmap is back. Maybe TradeAvate is back as well. Do you still go on Top Step? I haven't been on Top Step in about 2 years. Rip sip on his adrenochrome. You know, there's something to be said about that. Jared Leto doesn't look like he's aged a day in the last 30 years. Something about that. This do be a boondoggle of an open. I do agree with you. It's some nice range if you are being patient. Trading the ranges between 800 and 860 here in the NASDAQ. The MC levels are working something of a treat here. Julie says, I'm quite happy with today. How are you getting on with wealth charts, Julius? Be honest with me. Are you enjoying the platform? I'm actually enjoying it quite a lot myself. Curious if you share the same sentiment as me. Top Ticker says, long at 784, caught the bottom. Hopefully the bottom. Good luck to you, sir. On a trade like that, you can always trail your stop behind. Market is still finding its way through this somewhat tight range, wide but tight. Favorite Ferrari other than your own? That SF90 is sweet. What would I say? I mean, the Daytona SP3 is beautiful. Way out of my price range. SF90 XX, also beautiful. Way out of my price range. It's funny, my dealer offered me one. I said, how much? He said, $2.5 million. I said, oh, wire's on the way, buddy. Don't worry about that. You know, I like the classics. The F430s were nice. I had the 458. I had the 488. Both were great platforms. I think the 458 was probably really nice before the 488 came out. 488 was much faster, no turbo lag. 458 sounded better. The Pista is probably what I'd pick up as a collector's piece, if anything. That's kind of in the price range, but still kind of out there. Rips would look great in a Pagani. Again, probably not. You know, I used to be fearful of driving my supercars. You get over it after having a few, but personally, I don't know if I'd want to have that expensive of a car. SF90, I kind of got over it. I was really kind of paranoid when I first got my SF90, but you know, you get over it. I don't know if I'd ever want to have a Pagani though. That feels just like, you know, something happens to it. No real Pagani dealership you take it to. Price wasn't an issue. What car would you buy? I would get a Bentley GT Speed and an SF90. Daily is a Bentley GT Speed. Every single time I look to get a new car, there's nothing that entertains me enough to trade anything out. Only thing I've been looking at lately is a Cully for the wife. We are pushing up towards 860 again. Remember, this is a level to watch. Maybe we have sellers up here again, but let's look for a break and retest potentially. 62.25 is the level to watch. Auction above 850 and holding. Looking at the 15-minute bars in the NASDAQ are telling a story that we are holding this rejection off the low above 757.25. So it will be interesting to see if we can interact with the price above 62.25. What's up, NL5703? How are you? Surprised your wife doesn't want a G-Wagon? She kind of did. She has a GLE 63S, which is very nice. I love it. It's like a sports car monster truck on big tires. Top of the hour, we are going to get some more data that will add a lot of interesting movements into the market. So let's see how it goes in about 8.5 minutes here. G-Wagons are not safe. They roll over a lot. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the lunchbox look. I don't know. Never been a big fan of G-Wagons personally. It's not my thing. I think that GLE 63S is, every single time I see it, I always tell my wife, I say, man, that's a good looking car. I always say that. The first thing I say every single time I see her car, I go, man, that's a good looking car. Do I still play poker? Yeah, I played about 2 weeks ago. That's what got me sick. Rivers was watching you all through last year and have decided to take the dive and run a 100K pursuit challenge. Please bless me with your patience and focus. Be very careful. Do understand that 100K should be something that you don't mind losing. I don't hope that you lose the money, but it should be something that you treat as such. If 100K is a lot of money that you're not willing to lose, I would pump the brakes and lower the amount of dollars in the challenge. There we are, above 62.25 here, holding this push for strength, sending it to the moon here. What's your opinion on the Maybach GLS 600? I don't know if this is that the 2-door or the 4-door. Trump is not speaking right now, no. This is just pure price action, baby. We continually are making higher lows in the NASDAQ, higher lows in the S&P, creating a really nice trend. Again, if you're using the levels that we're discussing on the stream here today, these trades are pretty clear. 886 is the level to watch for the upside in the in the S&Ps rather. 886 in the S&Ps, 886. 223 lots currently sitting at 885, but that's not that many for the S&Ps to clear through. A pullback to 62.25 and a hold there with bids would show you the price action probably shooting straight to 890. Trump is talking. Okay, sorry. My bad. Not getting any squawks about it, so he must not be saying much interesting. Why aren't you trading the open today? I'm about $25,000 across all my prop firm accounts, so I'm just happy to provide commentary for you, if that's okay. There's 890, almost delivered exactly to the tick. And 885 did exchange there in the S&Ps. Do you have financial juice on your screen? I don't currently know. Cargo Colt says just passed 2 Lucid 50Ks on this push. Finally, let's go, Cargo Colt. Way to go, brother. So the S&Ps respected the level quite nicely there. Pulled into 886, almost tapped it and pulled back right away. Now you're watching to see if that pullback to 62 quarters is going to hold in the NASDAQ. If it doesn't hold, we'll see more downside, potentially back to that 830 level. So right now, doing a little bit of a retest at 62 quarters, seeing if the market can hold strength at this level. There's a bit of a volume shelf just below it, so if you do have bidders stepping up, they might pull this all the way back up to 890 here. And there she goes. Acceptance above 880, looks like it wants to trade. And starting to walk into that. 886 still the level to watch in the S&Ps to the upside here. So as promised, pull back to 62 and now almost delivered exactly again to 890 there. Anybody catch that reflex trade? Try to walk you through that. There it is. Drop a W if you got that. I'm curious. Commentary helping. There's your 900s delivered and a big stop run above 900 there. S&P's holding above 86. Next level in mind is 96.25. We did tag the upside level in the NASDAQ there, 912.75. Above that is 959.25, but we will likely not see that until we pull back. Entry was 857. Beautiful entry. Love it. Absolutely gorgeous. That was your upside pitch and catch. Upside pitch and catch. We do have that new emoji and kick right now, PNC. That's a good time to drop it. That is your upside pitch and catch. Pull back from just underneath 890 back to 62.25. Straight back to the upside there, breaking 890 and then blowing out those 900s. Love to see it. Colby says, God, man, the chill commentary vibes are so good. I wish you had a trading radio show. You're in it right now. This is what you're part of. JT Cook, and you lost your house. Unbelievable. We are comfortably above the VWAP here. We did pull back to 912.75. That is the current level that we are trading around here in the NASDAQ. S&P is also pulling back towards 86. Thank you, Andres, for the gifted to JT. Rips, you sound like an airplane pilot. That's funny. You are now flying with Rips Air. Keep your tray tables locked to the upright position. We are cruising currently at 30,000 feet. NQ is trading at 24,900. If we do break higher, we will see potentially some bumpy roads up above at 912.75. Currently rejecting here at the previous day mid. Definitely a level to watch. 912 and 3/4. Okay, 1 minute, 10 seconds to the top of the hour. We will see a cavalcade of data coming out here. And also order flow shifts. Algorithms tend to change up what they want to do, their ideologies. And, you know, if you have a big fund that has an order to execute, they do tend to shift that order flow based around a couple different parameters: average price, time in the market, and etc. How far away we are from the VWAP. A lot of different parameters to watch. Those things will be coming on at the top of the hour, so you want to be very cognizant of that. If you do have a trade rate on, make sure you have stops in place. Rivers, do you follow second leg theory? I don't. I only follow third leg theory because I was born with one. Pending home sales are in, minus 0.8% versus a 2% estimate year over year. We are looking at a figure of negative 1.2% versus a 2.3% estimate. So coming in lower than expected for January's pending home sales. Remember, that is pending home sales. Pending home sales. December leading index in line with expectations at negative 0.2%. Is it gamble time yet, Rips? We've already had a gamble there. 10:06 is when we're going to pay that out in just less than 6 short minutes here. 5.5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. We are pulling back to that coveted 860 level. We are finding some bids, but if we do continue this push to the downside, we could see that developing back to tag those lows below 800. Right now we are seeing a pullback in Meta, but Microsoft still very strong. Nvidia showing some weakness. Apple showing some strength. Tesla trying to find its way and holding above VWAP. Google, Amazon, and Microsoft all very strong here. S&Ps are currently holding right around the VWAP at 68, 79 and halves. Yeah, we're going to do a bonus hunt here, Cam Dingo, shortly. Covered the top. Very nice there, Ron. Congratulations to you. Love that. Really nice pullback there, straight to 850. Point of control moved just above 850 there, and we did see that extension back up to 900. NASDAQ is playing nice today if you are patient with it. Julie says, wealth charts is very okay. Thank you. ALC says, I'm really starting to like this type of trading compared to FX, especially being momentum breakout oriented, which is my type of sauce. Love to hear that. Welcome to the family. How'd you get your hotkeys to work on wealth charts? You have to enable them, clicking the gear icon in the top right hand corner, and then going to keyboard shortcuts, and then going to components, and then enabling chart and trading DOM. That'll get you situated. Kaz Trade says, I got 7K more to pass my 300K Apex eval. Let's go, baby. Nice work. Colby says, man, this open is great. Easy money. Get this man a house. Love to see that. Very nice. G-Man says, I've had this cough for 3 weeks now. Caught this bug at the wind. Maybe that illegal lab has something to do with this new virus. You know, I had that for the last 2 weeks. Wasn't too fun. Hopefully you get on the mend very soon. I took antibiotics to get rid of it. 5 days of azithromycin. Pushing back up here. We are seeing green across the board now in all Mag 7 equities. Green across the board here. S&P struggling at 86, but if we do break out and hold that 86 level, 96.25 is to the north side here. If we do push higher, 959.25 is the level to watch for the upside move here on NASDAQ. We are currently piercing the previous hourly high. Going for the daily open now. What a squeeze. Rips, yeah, just use your regular keyboard for the hotkeys or a speedy hotkey. I use this device right here for my hotkeys, right there. This is my futures hotkey setup right here. Very basic. You want to see what my equities hotkey setup looks like? Show you that right now. It's a little bit different. A little bit different for equities. Much more filled in. And this is for the current setup for futures. Can you use a stream deck for hotkeys? That's exactly what that is, Preja. Wow, 959 and a quarter almost delivered to the tick, and 88.96 quarter almost delivered to the tick there. MC levels are a treat. I'll keep on saying it. MC levels are a damn treat this morning. Hats off to anybody who's using those to guide their trades and make that the GPS that will show them the way to payout land. Herbs, how did you know the 959 level? These are the MC levels. They are created from using a multitude of things, a formula that was developed many years ago, still works to this day. And it does involve positioning and flow from larger institutions. Something Iran in 10 days? President Trump says have to do meaningful deal with Iran, confirms plans to go to China in April, Board of Peace opening remarks. Good talks had with Iran. Trade evade is down again. Hearing reports that trade evade is down again. Take care. C. Philly says, blew my account on Trade 8 because I got in 3 times and never showed, then refreshed. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, that's what happened to me on my TPT account where I lost $50,000. That was not a good day for me. I was quite upset about that. I'm sorry to hear that. So I would just lay off Trade 8 for now, folks. Okay, 10:06 predictions here. 10:06 predictions. Let's see how this shakes out here. 10:06 is 9:09, so we are going to head and go pay out those overs. Overs are the winners. Wealth charts over Trade of 8. I've been having a good time on wealth charts. We're currently up $11,800 on the day. Somebody who was asking about whether or not I blew my accounts, which I don't really understand where that came from, but here's my current lay of the land on wealth charts. So on the day, you can see a profit of $11,813. Total profit on these accounts now sitting just below $50,000. Almost full drawdown too. Day 4 of trading these accounts, day 4. I'm trying my best on these accounts. I'd really like to get that first milestone, which will be a $60,000 payout on Apex. Really looking forward to it. Is 2 time frame tabs the max on wealth charts? I currently have 2 time frames open. I don't know if that is the max or not. But that's what I have open is 2 time frames on mine. This is the 1 minute. That's the 5 minute. So I don't know if you can have more time frames or not. I'm not sure. No idea. What does the bookmap tape mean when it says like 3-1 and not 3-3? It just means that is how many contracts were currently traded at that price. And the lower number is the last traded number of contracts at that price. So when you're seeing 3-1, it means that the last trade was 1 contract, but the total contracts traded at that price are 3. Do you use higher time frame buys such as M5 or M15 back and forth, or simply follow price and momentum? I am actively watching M1, M3, M5, and M15. Also H4. Those are the key levels that I'm watching, key time frames that I'm watching. With as much screen real estate as I have, I treat Bookmap as a tick chart and TradingView as the M and H charts. M1, M3, M5, M15, H4. Rose, what GPU do you have to run those monstrous monitors? I have a NVIDIA RTX 5090, not liquid cooled, Founders Edition. What bums me out is that I have an Origin PC build, one of the best PC builds I've ever had. I went with them because their parent company is Corsair. CRSR is a publicly traded company, and they're not going to fuck around. So I chose them to build my computer. One of the best builds I've ever had in all of my years. I used to self-build all of my PCs, but I'm happy to say I'll never do that again. I'll always rely on Origin PC. I'm not affiliated with them, but I'd highly recommend using them. Their prices are fair. But now they offer a liquid-cooled 5090 for the same price that I paid for my Founders Edition fan-cooled 5090. But my build is extremely well done and fan-cooled and very quiet. I do have a little bit of coil whine, but it's quite unnoticeable, especially with headphones on. What's up, Edgy Invest? How are you? Boner Bar says, you are so chill. I know you're humble and do not compare yourself to other streamers, but I'll say it. So-and-so is so loud and annoying, hard to trade alongside with. You make it very easy. Happy to help you this morning. Can I show my Apex numbers? There they are. Would you like to see the total P&L? I'll show that too. There you go. Total P&L. Daily P&L right there. Very proud of it. Very happy. Major Trappy Algo.exe in the S&Ps. Yeah. Very, very tough to read if you're not using the key levels. Merkley says, how much did you lose at the beginning? How did you mentally let the losses go? Does it feel like my mistakes now are me rushing to make that money back because I can't let go? Eurozone, February advanced consumer confidence, negative 12.2 versus negative 12, so not much there. But to answer your question, Merkley, I lost a lot of money. I sold the company in my early 20s, so it allowed me to have the capital to trade, but it was pretty foolish how much money I lost. If you do focus on the money that you're trying to quote unquote make back, especially if you're in a drawdown currently, it's a fool's errand and it will not serve you properly. You should treat every single day as a new day. And I know it's easier said than done, but be very, very careful out there trying to make back what you're down. I think that's one of the worst things you can do. Two-Tone says, made too much on TP, can't seem to lose FFFFFF. It's okay. There's plenty of the day left to trade. Remember, we have many hours left in the day. Just wait until it settles down a bit. How do you get your levels? It's available on TradingView for free. Right here, Rip's Key Levels. It's a free indicator. You can download it. Built into TradingView for free. Or use the link that Nightbot just provided to you. Hi, Rips. What did you do before you were a trader, if you don't mind me asking? Entrepreneur, building and selling brands. Ron, welcome to the chat VIP. Thanks for being here. Rips, if you couldn't trade, what business would you start? I'd create an AI service that was like Facebook, but for traders that play golf. I'm kidding. I used to get pitched a lot of funny ideas. And they were always like, I have a really good idea. It's like Facebook, but for football fans. It's like Facebook, but for car enthusiasts. I'm going to have to sign up for TradingView. You have an affiliate link? I don't. It's free, though. How would you invest 100K? Not investment advice whatsoever. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. I'm a moron. But I would split it 4 ways. VTI, triple Qs, SPY, and VOO. And I do equal weighted and I dollar cost average over the course of 6 months. You can do it in a much smaller time frame, but with how much velocity we're seeing in this market lately, I think that a 6 month horizon is much safer for DCA. You can hit up your broker and say, look, I have 100K to spread across the next 6 months across triple Qs, VTI, VOO, and SPY, equal weighted. That would just be something that I would do. Renzi says, you the GOAT, man. I just got some top one future straight to fund. I'm trying to get a 10K payout with 10 of them. It's 15% consistency. So profit target of 375 for 10 days to get 1K out of at 2,500. With you, it's so easy. The Lord sends you in our lives. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you. Good luck on your journey. Gus says, I passed that on to my buddy back in July. He's very happy. I can understand why. I've never used Top One before. I have no commentary on Top One as I've never used them as a firm. All the deals that are currently available, to answer your question, are scrolling at the bottom of their screen. TBT 40% off, no activation fee. Lucid is 35% off. Apex doing their best sale that they ever do is 90% off with low activation costs. I'm currently most excited about trading my Apex accounts. If I can get to that 60K payout, I'll feel like I accomplished something. And then we'll try to continue along that journey. Currently sitting with $49,000 in profits in those accounts, day 4. We'll have to trade probably another 8 to 10 trading days in those probably. If we're keeping the same pace to get that 60K payout. Can it happen? Sure. Will it happen? Who knows? Outside of that, we have Tradeify, which has actually a couple different sales going on right now. Depending on which accounts you buy, it could be up to 45% off. Straight G asks, are your Apex PAs 150K or 50K? They're neither. They're 250K. And I chose that size because of the tremendous drawdown that you're given. And the way that I trade requires a tremendous amount of drawdown because I'll never nail the entry that I want to get. I will scale into that, averaging in to get the exact entry that I'd like to proceed. How long does it take you to pass an account? Depends on the type of account that I'm trading. Some prop firms I'll try to pass quickly. Some I'll just take time because I like trading with you folks on stream. But, you know, being 12 years of trading, I don't really use that time in an evaluation to really practice anything. So I'm usually trying to get through it as fast as possible. We are pushing up, by the way. 900s are holding in the S&Ps. That was the New York Open, just below 900 there. We are surging back up to 912 and 3/4. Can we hold back above that level? That's the question. Do you watch both time and sales on Bookmap or just the one on the heat map? I watch on Bookmap. George, how you doing there? Says, I want to pop in and say, hey, I miss your Musk. I miss your elongated Musk. We are currently an hour, almost a full hour into the session here. We've been live for 2 hours, almost a full hour into the New York Open. That was Triple Q's VOO, SPY, and VTI was the last one Davey trades. VTI. Victor Tango Igloo. Or Victor Tango India, depending on which phonetic alphabet you use. Some of us are Igloo people, some of us are India people. I prefer India, personally. Or Indigo. Igloo, India, Indigo. All valid, of course. Ribs, if NQ breaks 24,960, seems like there's room for a 50-point run-up. No. Well, I'd be more planted on the idea that if we do trade and exchange up there and we hold above 960, the level to watch is going to be that capping point at 996, like a Porsche. If we do break above 996, we do get a clean run all the way up to 75.5, with potentially a light stoppage towards 40s. India, the country? No, the phonetic alphabet, NATO alphabet. India, Igloo. Wow, big flush here. Instantly being bought. Looking at equities, seeing a little bit of a pullback there on that flush. Apple being challenged underneath the VWAP currently. What buffer do you suggest to have before pulling money from an Apex 50K account? I'd say take your payouts as soon as you can because you do have to naturally have those payouts exceed the buffer. Iran must make a deal, according to Trump. Breaking news. Now's the time for Iran to make a deal. Breaking news there from Trump. Ribs, I saw your video yesterday on journaling. I did already journal for my personal life. Now I took it into a specific one for trading. Thanks to your advice on it. Let's run it. Let's go, Harold. Let's go, babe. Where did you recommend doing our trading journal? You can do it either in a physical notepad that you can get off Amazon. Get yourself a nice little treat. Get yourself a G2 Pilot gel pen. Or docs.google.com, docs.google.com. Grouch with the 50K Tradeify growth account. Let me get that to you. What is your name on Instagram? What is your name on Twitter? Congratulations on claiming that free account. I love to see our Kick folks redeeming their trading Kick points for those free accounts. Lovely to see that. 50K growth account coming your way, sir. Grouch on Instagram. I got you, baby. Here it comes. Open wide. That is one hell of a beard, my friend. God bless you. Well done. Also a very good name. I hear winners are named. Your name. 50K growth. There you go. Congratulations. Also, if Max Kale is in here, Max Kale redeemed a month of MC. What a crazy market today, huh? Uncle says, I'm getting smoked in this chop, PA. It's okay to go flat and just watch. It's okay to go flat. How quickly do people on average receive their TPT payouts? Hours or minutes? When I requested my payouts, they were pending. They got approved while I was sleeping. And when I woke up, I clicked the button and they were immediately pending into my bank account. That was my own experience. So overnight. Kill says, first time using Tradeify, Tradeivate, went out and didn't execute my stop loss, lost my account, not good so far. Let's see what support says, last day to pass as well. I know that Tradeivate was having some issues. I really do hope that Tradeify will make it right. They usually have. Tradeify usually goes above and beyond when there are platform issues. So keep me posted on that when you're here tomorrow. Let me know how that played out. Trump is still talking. Keep that in mind. If you try to take a payout on Friday, you will likely will not get until Monday, though. Yeah, that sounds about right. I will be right back with you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. More fun to be had. All right, we are back in action here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, when we do close YouTube so we can have some decent music, it's about that time. If you've been enjoying the stream on YouTube, do make sure that you are subscribed to the stream. We are gunning for 50,000 subs on YouTube. We're very close to it, actually. Surprisingly, we are growing at a rapid pace. Very surprising to me, to be honest. Remember, we just crossed over 45,000 subs just a moment ago. Feels like a couple days ago. We're already at 46,810. Wow, my goodness. So I do appreciate if you drop a like on the video. Also does help the algorithm if you do comment or like any of my other long form content on YouTube. I do appreciate it. Lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job here. Lets the algorithm serve my videos to more people and grow our community larger by the day. So I do appreciate it very much. Folks on YouTube, before I do close out the YouTube stream, I do want you to know that I do continue streaming on Kick. It's free to watch over on Kick, kick.com/sellingrips. It's that name at the very top of the screen there, next to the Rips name, Selling Rips. Kick.com/sellingrips. I am done trading for the day. Up about $25,000 across props. We made about $12,000 there, $10,000 there, and also in our other funded account, another $1,300 there. So we'll call it about $25,000 there across our prop firm accounts. Very proud of our day today. It was very fun to share the commentary. The market is consolidating now. We do have Trump speaking. It's going to be somewhat of a difficult trade, but it might start to open up at the bottom of the hour here. So stick with it if you are going to continue to trade. Any questions before I go on YouTube? Any questions at all? Link for Kick. It's Nightbot just posted it. Kick.com/sellingrips. Would you choose a Maserati, Gran Turismo, or Aston Martin? I'd take the Aston, personally. I did have a Maserati back in the day. Did not have it for very long because it was such a piece of garbage. Have you been asked to go on Ninja Trader? Yes, I have. Yes. Okay, Rips, base hits versus risk to reward, which you prefer? If I'm trading in a trailing drawdown account, I'm obviously going to prefer doing some base hits and trying to scalp along the way. If I'm willing to, have bigger trades, which I have from time to time, I have a very defined risk to reward. One of the things that I'm looking at when I'm opening my trades is mapping out where my stop loss is going to be before I even open up the trade. I recommend that you always have your stops around market structure, not a fixed finite number, right? I'm not a big believer of 10 points of risk for a 20 handle trade. I'm more of a believer of mapping out where your stop goes and where the likelihood is that you can take a profitable trade based on the market structure. If it doesn't produce a good risk or reward, then you don't take the trade. Simple as that. There's something to be said about removing yourself as far as risking your own capital into the market, whether it's on prop firms or your own live account. There's a lot to be said about not trading. I did not go on Ninja Trader, no. I'm not actually a big fan of going on trading shows. I do like to run my own show the way that I like to run it. Some days we get a little crazy. Some days we get chill like today where we can talk through the price action, have a great conversation. Just depends on the motion of the ocean. Graham says, anyways, made my nut be safe. Thank you. Congratulations. That is the goal. All right, YouTubers, thanks for tuning in today. I'll be back at 6 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube for the Globex stream. Don't miss it. If you want to continue watching, I'll be live on Kick, kick.com/sellingrips. My stream in the morning starts at 8 o'clock Eastern time. My streams in the evening start at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'll see you guys later on tonight. Be good. Take care. See you.